Getting ready to eat my late lunch, and before I get back to work, I'm going to shoot a quick video because I'm behind on time on my video stuff. Grilled chicken salad, y'all. Oh, it's pretty good. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, there it is. Wow. They like to jump.
So it's Sunday afternoon in my restaurant, almost 3 o'clock. We're closed for the week. I got a bunch of chores to do, and I thought I'd do a little video while I'm sitting here because I'm due to do one tonight. I don't have time to do the one I want to do, if that makes any sense. This could be kind of an anti-FFS rant again. Not so much a rant, observations, because there's things I don't get. I do not have my finger on the pulse of the fishing industry, even here local. I don't hang around at tackle shops. I don't have a crowd I hang around with. Other than those tournaments I fish a few months out of the year on Tuesdays, I don't see other bass fishermen very often. Way more crappie fishermen and catfishermen that come in my restaurant. Snaggers. Not very bass fishermen. Most people around here got more sense than that. It's maybe a good idea to hang around tackle shops. Maybe I'd end up getting into it with people. I would like to think I wouldn't. But the FFS guys, the guys using new technology, they're the ones that seem to, well, they react. I do not make fun or talk bad about the fishermen themselves unless they deserve it. Well, I don't even do it then. Man, they get their dander up in a hurry, though. And a couple things here. First off, what I've been hearing, I've heard this for coming up on 4 years this fall, but I've heard it more and more recently. I have to have the technology. I have to have forward-facing sonar. I have to have my radar love. Guys, these ain't tournament fishermen who are telling me this. Now, I've never went up with my crappie fishing customer and said, "What do you mean you have to have it?" What? Because that would be maybe offensive. It'd definitely be combative. They say they have to have it. They're not fishing tournaments. I also have guys tell me they don't want to have it, but they have to have it. There's a quandary. This whole thing could be a study in psyche of the fishing public, maybe a psychic evaluation of everybody on the planet. What is going on? Tournament fishermen, if you're fishing for real money, whatever, you have to have it. I'm getting beat by it, but I'm getting beat by myself first. So I have to have it. I'm not fishing a tournament. I guess enough of them I know well enough, or kind of friends enough, maybe I'll say why. But I'm afraid the answer is going to be this. And this is not an attack on the fishermen, y'all. It ain't. It's just an observation. UltimateBass.com website, discussion forum, guy there, Caddy Joe. Joe's cool. We don't have to be best friends or agree on everything, but Joe said the other day that he has it as a time saver. I'm not really sure about that. He's a smart guy, I get it. It saves him time. And I've heard that a bunch. Guys, when I'm fishing, and I don't think Joe's a tournament fish. I'm pretty sure he said he's not going to tournament fish. So it's a time saver because it gets you on fish faster. That does not fit my psyche, my profile. Yeah, I'd love to get on fish fast. Back in the day, when I was practicing for tournaments, fishing a lot of tournaments, it always helped to get on something quick. It got your confidence up, made you fish better, but I also went days without putting a pattern together only to go win a tournament. Pure guts, and that's my style. That's my way of doing it. The forward-facing sonar is going to kill all that for people, and I can't fix it. Don't think I can even help it. But I've heard that time, saving time and time again. If if you have a limited amount of time on the water, and forward-facing radar love is going to get you on fish faster and help you catch them easier, I guess good for you. It just ain't my thing. And that's the bottom line. It ain't my thing. And a lot of guys watch the channel. I'm not trying to create contention, not trying to stir the pot much. It needs to be stirred. So it's a time-saving deal. That's probably what I'm going to say, that 80% of the fishermen out there that don't fish tournaments are using it regular. It's all about that. More productive time, catch more fish, which brings us to the next point. I had a guide client on Truman one year catch a bunch of crappie. He tried real hard to get me to help him keep too many crappie, more than the legal limit. And his reasoning was that the only time of year he got to go fishing, the only time he got a chance to stock up, so he needed to catch as many as he could. It's a mindset, y'all. I've talked about before, but guys, the fish are getting pooped on this stuff. They're getting whacked, stomped, filleted, and ate. They're catching crappie right now in the summertime on our lakes like they've never caught crappie in the summer before. People that used to just fish in the winter or spring, that's all they fish. A month or so, they're out there hammering them. And bigger fish than they've ever caught in the summertime before. Millions and millions of crappie in our lakes. No way you could ever hurt them crappie populations. I don't bet on it. And then you got the folks, and it's a fairly high percentage number that are cheaters. They're poachers. They're not going to just keep a limit. They're catching limit, going back, flaying it, putting it away, and going back, getting another one. Now in Missouri, we have a pretty liberal limit, 15 crappie a day on most our public reservoirs. There's some, I have a lake over here that has 30 crappie limit. 15 crappie a day with, I believe, a 30 fish possession limit, which is stupid. Our conservation department says you can only have 30 fish per legal license holder per household. That's ignorant. 30 crappie ain't very many. That's always been tight. And most of our limits, that's the way it works. So double what your daily limit is. So that means I go to my lake over here and catch 30 legal crappie. I've got my, it's hard to keep up on. Yeah, conservation agents raid freezers, and there's a lot of people need to be raided. But that is a limit I would say need to be liberalized until forward-facing radar love come out. Now I'm not so sure. Cheaters are always going to be there. Folks are going to keep too many fish, meat hunters, but used to be in Missouri, and probably a lot of places, spring was when they stocked the freezer. Wintertime. I'd rather crappie fish in December. December may be the best month of all. Through February, if I can handle the weather, that's my favorite time to crappie fish. You get on them, you get them big ones, and they stay, and they're easier to stay with. Springtime when all the crazy people are out there, but now it's a 12-month deal because of forward-facing sonar. It's just a fact. I'm not making this stuff up. Kind of got off my point, but it's still a point. We're raping our fisheries, and it's just getting started. It's been out, 7 years now, 6 years for most of the public. I guess coming up on 8 years now since I saw it the first time. It's just getting started. Especially when you got a guy who does not fish tournaments, is not a guide, does not have to produce anything. He's using it to fill the freezer. And folks, here in central Missouri, most folks are meat fishermen. Most folks are out there to put fish in the freezer. It's the way my dad was. It's the way most of my family was over the years. And that's all there is to it. They're going to keep as many fish as they can get away with. Forget being legal. And forward-facing sonar is a tool of the devil for the poacher. And I know that y'all know this guy. Maybe it's you, I hope not. Does not need all those fish that he's keeping. It's an ego thing that he is going to donate them to the family, donate them to friends, the preacher, whatever. get in good with everybody just because he's showing off how many fish he can catch. And that is obviously way worse with Radar Love on the front of that boat. The biggest poacher in this county, as far as I know. Blowhard, egomaniac, stick in your face, catch me if you can guy. I just soon stuff him in a barrel as ever see him again. Thief, liar, crazy the stuff he pulls and gets away with. Also a darn good fisherman, like so many poachers are. They're good hunters, sly, good hunters and fishermen. Gives fish to everybody. Just makes his friendships that way, I guess. Seals them up because he can't have friends any other way, probably. I just got to thinking, I wonder if he has forward-facing sonar. He's doing a lot of bank fishing nowadays, but I wonder if he does. I mean, this guy's a good fisherman. He's probably plumb beyond dangerous. I hope he don't have it. I hope he don't use it. He's a traditionalist enough. He probably don't. But man, if it means him catching more fish, making more friends and showing off, I bet you he'll use it. Another thing I touched on a while ago is how touchy people get about this whole technology thing. I think, and this one will make some people mad, I think they're on the defense because they know they're wrong. They know the technology's wrong. If they're not, I don't mean, they're not wrong until they get to be an a-hole towards me or start poaching the fish. It's the technology, you're forced into it to a degree, especially tournament fishing. But they get touchy. I've had very few people on this channel attack me, but a few have, and you know what? They're idiots. They say you can't use it in shallow water. Wrong. They say it's not a guaranteed thing. Wrong. Okay. Let me quantify and qualify that. Quantificate. Let me fornicate. No. No. It does not always guarantee you a fish. Just because you can see them don't mean you can catch them. Same as a bed and bass. Don't mean you're going to catch them. Sure raise the odds though. What I'm seeing, and from talking to guys that I know are good fishermen that aren't really good with it, it's a skill set. You got to get good with it. It's like anything else. That's why the kids are doing good with it. The video game generation haven't figured out because they know how to punch the buttons and read the screens. Some of us older guys are too lazy to learn it. They struggle with it. But the guys that are good with it aren't near as good as the guys that are great with it. The guys that are great with it are gonna smoke you, are gonna smoke the fish, and what I'm seeing is that learning curve is flattening out for people that are figuring it out. They're finally taking the time to realize the dimensions and the depth and how far and all that crap that would make me go frickin' insane-ish. It is the closest thing to a for sure thing you're ever going to have in fishing. Depth charges aren't legal. It's probably coming. For the guys that tell me you can't use it in shallow water, I know a guy who uses it in 2 foot of muddy water on a lay down log. He said, oh my gosh, it was 3 big bass that log. He only caught one of them, but there was 3 of them there. He said, I could see everything on that log in muddy water. And he said they was there. He caught a 6-pounder. He said there was 2 more there. I couldn't give him a bite. Next log had another one on it. In muddy, dirty water, the fish, he's looking right at him from, 20 foot away. He owns some of those fish. It works wherever you're good enough to make it work. You've got to have the mojo, you got to have a little bit of skill, you got to understand the technology, and thank God I have none of that, including the mojo. My mojo went Austin Powers direction apparently years ago. So don't get on to me for what I'm saying, because I know what I'm saying is right. I know too many people, even though I don't hang around with them, I hear it. I hear it from folks that I have a lot of respect for. And a lot of times I hear I'm not good with it. I use it, but I'm not good with it. But more and more, just that people come to my restaurant, the crappie fishermen, cat fishermen, and poor God spoonbill fishermen, snaggers, because they are snagging, they're getting better because the learning curve flattens out if you apply yourself. I go pick up my guitar, I haven't played in over a week. I don't deserve to play great. I don't practice enough. If I played that guitar every day for 6 months, I'd be back maybe where I used to be. Maybe not. I'm getting old. Practice makes perfect, and same as goes as fishing technology is out of hand. And I'm not even sure what I'm talking about, except people in the restaurant are talking. They see my forward flung sonar, my piece of dynamite that my buddy did in that video for me. It sits over there. What's that? Oh, you're one of those guys. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. Silent majority, whatever. I don't really know around here. I have more people come here talking about using it than don't. And they're not tournament fishermen. They're not bass fishermen. They're meat fishermen. Don't get on me for not using it. I'm never going to use it. I'm never going to, no way, shape, or form am I ever going to approve of this crap. It's crap. If you're using it, good for you. If it's legal, good for you. If it's illegal, then you're a poacher. If you're using it to keep extra fish, more fish you've ever caught in your life, shame on you. Since most people's YouTube handles kind of hide their identities, not dummies like me put my name on everything, let me know. Are you keeping more fish? You catching more? If you're not, are you blaming the technology? Blaming yourself? Because you can get good at it. You can apply yourself. You can be just like these 20-year-olds. If you try hard, y'all, get in there, put your nose down. Get bigger screens, more transducers. Yeah, it's a skill set, just like me throwing a crankbait through a brush pile in 15 foot of water and not getting hung up. Something I used to be really good at, still fairly good. I can get that bait, walk it through there like a puppy dog, like a beagle chasing a bunny. A skill set. Skill, it's a different kind of skill set. It's a Nintendo generation. Well, no, wait a minute, I was probably Nintendo. I played Pong. Boop, boop. I didn't even like video games when I was young. I'm just a cranky old bastard, ain't I? I'm a cranky old bass fisherman anyway. That's all I got. It's just I'm feeling things, seeing things, hearing things in the distance. No answer to it. It's going to be a long road for them to ever outlaw it. I really need to talk to somebody in our state, somebody in charge. They won't want to talk to me, which shows you a lot. Wonder how much money these electronic companies are paying the tournament organizations. They really wonder how much money Garmin has vested in bass. Wonder how much they have in BSS. Wonder how much they have in wonder if it really is money under the table. It's on top of the table. It's in the cash register next door. Whatever. I gotta go back to work. We own this little restaurant in the middle of nowhere, Florence, Missouri. Look it up. It's a dot. The guy griping about all the technology, I have to go drain and strain a fryer. Done washing dishes, shirt soaked wet. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm a dishwasher. And then I have to do some scrubbing and greasy surfaces. And then I have to sweep, and then I have to mop. Because that's what I do here in Central Missouri on a Sunday afternoon. What are y'all doing? God bless. Talk to you later.